avid football fans. My team, the Seahawks, are out. Your team, the Bills. See what happens.
I know.
See what happens. But, so right now, chicks, no dicks is going to bring you some real, genuine football talk. So, Fenecia, we have 4 games this weekend.
Yes, we do.
I'm curious to know what you think's going to happen. So Saturday we have the Texans and the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs.
You got the Chiefs. Okay.
I got the Chiefs for
Probably
sure.
you and all of America have the Chiefs.
Yeah. Stroud is great. I just don't think he's ready. So
He's pretty good though.
yes, but
I mean, the Chiefs, the thing about the Chiefs is that they barely won all of the games they won.
the Chiefs were assisted by the refs, but
I think that too. Like you can look back and you're just like, wait a second, that was just called in my game. Why not for the Chiefs? That
exactly.
looked like intentional grounding.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been thinking about the Chiefs and I think everybody hates them now, but they all think they're going to win. So the
So
only people rooting for them are Kansas City.
not even. So my company is based in St. Louis, and obviously they are KC fans, and they said, we don't want them to go to Super Bowl this year. We're tired of them. They're cheaters. We're tired of the whole, nothing wrong with Taylor Swift, but they're like, we're tired of the whole Swiftie thing. Like, we're just exhausted. We want to see someone else. They said, I don't think that they deserve to go. And I'm like, I totally agree. Especially not now, if the Chief goes to the Super Bowl this season, it's like, come on, NFL. Like, you guys have to have another script next year because this is insane. Like,
I
they
mean,
don't.
especially because it looks rigged. It does look rigged. Also, but I do have to say something about Travis Kelce that I do adore him. And the reason it's not even Taylor Swift, the reason I adore him for doing those vaccination commercials.
Yeah. He got a different style. He changed up his style this season too. His mustache and everything like that. Did you notice it?
Yeah, he looks better. He's weird looking. And I like Jason too, but I think, we were talking a little bit last time we talked about, you were like, oh, the whole NFL voted for Trump. Not the Kelce's.
Kelsey's did not.
I don't think so. I don't think you do a vaccination commercial.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, because JFK. Yeah, you're right about that. Mahomes did though. I feel like
Well,
Mahomes looked like a Trump fan, a Trump supporter.
I think Brittany owns Mahomes.
Mm,
I think she calls all the shots there and whatever she thinks he does.
yeah,
I think she's the big bag boss.
yeah,
So
yeah.
probably. And also they have that kind of stupid kicker guy.
A stupid kicker guy.
What's his name? Who thinks women should be seen and not heard?
Oh, what is the kicker's name? He got a lot of backlash though. I forgot his name, but he got a hell of a lot of backlash. Like,
Super kicker guy. I mean, if anybody's watching this right now and they're like screaming at the screen what his name is, but we don't know because he's stupid kicker guy to us.
yeah, the super kicker guy. Yeah, let's see.
So CJ Stroud, though, you don't think he can pull it off?
No.
You don't think there's enough weapons on that team?
No, and then just not even being biased, but Diggs is out. He need an arsenal, he needs someone that's gonna come through clutch, make big plays,
Yeah.
and I don't see that happening for him. He got by. Who did they play last week?
Oh, they played somebody I wanted to win. Was it the Packers? No, not the Packers.
No, Eagles played Packers. Who did they play? Gosh,
God, we're terrible at our football commentary.
this
So
is an authentic conversation.
they played somebody that was super dumb. No, I don't think so. Hold on. Who did the Texans play last week in the wild card? Let's see what it says.
Oh,
The Chargers.
the chart.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was so disappointing.
Really? But you thought the Texans would have lost to the Chargers?
I have to tell you,
Or are you just rooting because it's
being a
an
gay woman, my biggest man crush is Justin Herbert. Well, he's a contender. Eddie Vedder's pretty high up there. But Justin Herbert, I don't know. I just see him and my heart swoons.
Really?
Yes, I think he is so adorable.
Uh, he
No?
wouldn't want to guess the Texans though, but you got to think about it when we're thinking about these teams and why I don't think the Texan will win against KC because it's not going to be a competition going forward. Like if the Eagles win, they aren't going to beat the Eagles. If the Rams win, they aren't going to beat the Rams. They certainly like it's not a competition for them. They might as well just stop where they are and let everyone else pass by. Like it's cute that they made it, but it's they're no
So
competition.
you basically, so okay, so let's talk about what, so yours, I mean, we're still in the AFC. So
Yeah.
then we have the Ravens and the Bills. So you don't think if the Texans win, they are not competitive against either one of those teams, the Ravens or the Bills?
No, you're right. We are an AFC, but no, absolutely not. No, 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 no.
Who did KC lose to? Who did they lose their one game to? The Bills.
The Bills.
The Bills.
Yeah, like they're not. Yeah, no, I don't see it. I'm looking at the Texans. Did we played them and we lost by a field goal, but that was in October. That was early in the season, early on in the season. We have some tough games early in the season.
I think they're a surprising team.
Who the
I mean,
Texans?
personally, I don't want anything Texas to win. I do love Austin.
They
It's
lost to the Jets.
okay. Yeah. I mean, losing to the Jets means you suck somewhere. The Seahawks lost to the Giants.
Oh,
I know. It's absolutely humiliating. All
yeah.
right, but let's talk about Commanders Lions.
Lions.
Yeah.
Lions, the Commanders won by a hair last week, okay?
Yeah.
By a hair. And you know what it was? The Bucks quarterback dropped the pass and it was a turnover. Had he not did that, they would have won.
Yeah.
You know,
It was
it
definitely,
was a mishap.
yeah.
That's not why they won. They went through.
Yeah, it was definitely a mistake on their part. I mean, you have to wonder though, Jaden Daniels he is good. And
He is good.
he's not phased. Like
No.
like you see Geno Smith, boo. Sorry. Sorry, Geno Smith, not sorry. Terrible. We better cut him. I don't think we're going to, but we better. You see him, he looks ruffled all the time. He looks so stressed out. Jaden Daniels does not look stressed.
Well, he's young too. You know, he's fierce, he's fearless. You know, he just got it in him. What does he have to lose? Like he has years ahead of him. Gino, on the other hand, he's under pressure. Gino know his time is winding down.
I hope it's over.
Gino's not that bad.
You know what he's number one in?
What?
Interceptions.
He had a bad season. Let's give Gino one more season before we rule him out. Just one more. I got faith in Gino.
Boo. No more
Not a
Gino.
great
He makes us so mad. We're pretty much throwing tomatoes at the TV.
quarterback.
It's not a good feeling in our household. Being a Seahawks fan since losing on the 1 yard line, which give the ball to Marshawn.
Yeah,
How could you not give the ball to Marshawn on the
yeah,
1 yard line?
yeah.
How did you throw?
Oh gosh, you're right. He did. Why didn't he do a tush and push?
Why don't you just give the ball to Marshawn? He was going to get in. It's Marshawn Lynch. He wasn't going to let anything stop him.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God. They've
Sorry.
ruined football for us. Yeah, it's not been fun since then, by the way, to be a Seahawks fan. Russ broke our hearts. We used to say in Russ we trust, but his future might be done.
You know, but if you look at your division, you guys have some dogs over there.
Oh yeah.
You guys have dogs.
Yeah, we are really, really, really happy in my household. There are no 49ers. You know, we have this friend, Jerome. We love Jerome. He's the
Yeah.
greatest. We can't talk to him during football season.
Oh, darn.
a Niners fan, and he's vicious. He's vicious. He'll rip you to shreds. So we kind of have a pact that we don't talk. But I tried to reach out to him and be like, well, we can talk now. Both our teams are out. And I think he was licking his wounds still because the Niners, terrible season.
You would have thought they would at least made it to the playoffs. They were eliminated early
They
on.
had a terrible season.
It was pretty bad. It
And
was
they
right
have
bad.
such a strong team. And I kind of can't stand that Brock Purdy, but it's just because they're in my division.
Yeah, you're rivals. That's understandable.
So we're going to save the best for last, which is
Eh.
yours. Rams Eagles. We already talked about this, but I kind of need to talk about it twice. I'm rooting for the Rams.
I got Eagles.
Hmm.
I got Eagles. I think the Rams, I think we're all rooting, and you're rooting for the Rams because of LA, and we want that for them. You know,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Saquon, and that hurts as a duel.
No.
Rams defense, though, I feel like they can shut Saquon Barkley down, but it hurts. They also got hers, you know, and
I know.
it's going to be tough. But that's going to be a good game. I will say that's going to be that's another championship game.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be a good game.
All the games are going to be really good this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They better be. I hate a bad game. It makes me want my
The
time.
only game that I don't feel like is going to be interesting, I think is going to be really boring, is KC and the Texans. Like, I think it's going to be so boring.
I hope you're wrong.
It's going to be a low scoring game. Watch.
Yeah, you might be right. I hope you're wrong. I really want, I wanted that to be, I want that to be a tough game.
You know,
I watched that Mahomes documentary about his like freaky spinal fluidity.
yeah.
Like that guy, he's like an owl.
Yeah.
Like twist his body all the way around. It's
Yeah.
some weird spine thing. All right. So then we just have the most important game.
It's going to be a tough game. I was just watching clips of our game. I think it was like game 4 that when we played them and we lost and they ran all over us. And I'm like, man, where did we go wrong? And the issue is our running game was horrible. Cooks probably had like 40 yards. Josh passing yard was terrible. Our defense did not show up. And we experienced that a lot this season with our defense. And I'm looking back and forth at the stats. I'm looking at Lamar's stats. I'm looking at Josh's stats. I'm like trying to find the gaps, right? Seeing where it's like the Ravens have a full roster except for 2 of their wide receivers. I think it's like Flowers, and I forgot the other one. But their backup receiver, he's just as good. So it's going to be a tough game. But we have our roster for our defense. Most of our defenses are back. We have Hyde. We brought Micah Hyde back. He's our safety. I feel like Micah Hyde will be able to stop Henry. As long as we can shut down Henry, put pressure on Lamar, we are totally fine. But our O-line got to protect Josh because we got a few sacks last game. But when we played the Ravens, and that would hurt us badly. And Josh, I think he had an interception as well. So Josh got to stay focused. He can't play under pressure or let his emotions take over. He got to have a tunnel vision, which he's been working on. His IQ for football has really gotten better. So
Do we call that FQ?
oh, FQ. There you go. His football. Yes, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's interesting because I do think that the Bills, for some reason, is the team that everybody in America can love.
Yeah, I was just reading a post. I guess the Bills donated like over 300,000. And don't quote me on the exact amount, but to like an Alzheimer's fund in Baltimore. And Lamar reposted, it was like, thank you, Bills fans, Mafia, because one of their commenters called the Bills fans like losers or something like that. So to pay back, we showed them kindness and donated to Lamar's fundraiser. So I mean, we're friendly, we're a city of friendly neighbors, and that's how, but I am scared.
I mean, it's worth being, I mean, you look at Lamar's stats, they're better than Josh's.
They are. They
I still
are.
want Josh to be the MVP, but Lamar's stats are so much better.
They are better, and but Lamar has a better wide receiver. I mean, a better runner back. You know, like Lamar has some very star players on his team. We don't have that. We're building our players. We're building around Josh. He has some well-named players, and I think they assist in helping Lamar with his stats, his targets, and his completion rate. So not just being biased, but if I'm looking at the numbers and you look at the numbers compared to, rushing yard, receiving yards compared to Josh and and Lamar, it's
Yeah.
very, it's totally clear. I think like Cooks only had like 1,000. And then when you look at Henry running back, he almost had 2,000 doubles of Cooks. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I mean, if it's not the Bills Lions, it's going to be the Ravens Eagles.
I got Bills by a billion. So I don't know.
Oh,
I got Bills
I'm with
by a
you.
billion.
I want a Bills Lions Super Bowl. It can't be the Seahawks. I want Bills Lions, and that'd be tough. I wouldn't even have a team I could root for in that Super Bowl because I love them both.
I think the Lions is going to go regardless. I can see the Lions. I don't see the Eagles. The Eagles are beaten up. Who did they play last week? Um,
We just did this. They played Green Bay.
Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
We're going to get better at this. Don't worry. It's going to be a
We're going to get so much better at this.
They're going to
And
get better
then
at
the
this.
next day after football ends, after your game, it's Martin Luther King Day.
It is
What
an
will you
inauguration.
keep the TV off day? That's what it's called. No, so the social media blackout day, no TV day. I never cared much for Carrie Underwood, so I don't care.
Oh my, you know what? Someone said, I hope you go to jail for vandalism for vandalizing that man's car. You ever heard her song?
That
Before
song
he,
is really good. I do
I
like
love
that
that
song.
song.
I know.
I cannot believe.
Yeah, you know what? We're living in weird times.
Yeah. She was so excited. She was like, I'm just for American people and I just love this moment, this time. Sure you do. I bet you do.
I hope
Where
you
is
don't
she from?
I hope you don't get knocked up and want a pregnancy. I mean, want an abortion.
Exactly. Where is she from? Do you know?
I don't know where she's from, but I bet she lives in Nashville.
Sounds like it.
I mean,
Must
Tennessee has
be.
the most backwards laws of any state, pretty much. I mean, there's a bunch. Are you looking it up?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
No, she's from Oklahoma.
football and politics kind of go the same. They're like hand in hand to me. I can talk both of them for a
Yeah,
long time. I
I get
did
that.
get on the chairlift with somebody today who was like, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I live in Seattle, in Washington." And they're like, "Oh, it's blue." And I was like, I knew what he meant, but I was like, "So what do you mean?" And he's like, "Democrats." And I was like, "Oh, yes, happily so."
Did
Very.
he
He was
share
not.
with us?
He was with his buddy, and his buddy was he was more in. I was like, why do you want to let that divide us? I didn't say it like that because I just kind of play along. But I was like, well, here's to everybody being purple. But they were like, who knows? Well, what do you think the scores are going to be? Since people do that, I don't have any idea of your
I got the
game.
KC and Texans. I think that's going to be a low scoring game. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Eagles,
Commanders, Lions. The Lions are going to kill them. Lions
what?
are
Going to
Lions are
kill those? Oh yeah.
that's going to be like
Well, I don't think the line's going to kill the Browns.
44 to like 21.
No, 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 no. Surprisingly, I was looking at Texans, their schedule, and they beat the Lions by a field goal. I feel like the Lions are the Bills in a sense. The tougher the competition, the harder they play. And I think Rams are going to give them a run for their money.
But
So it's
you
going to
think
be like,
you think the Rams are going to beat the Eagles then?
um, I don't see it happening. I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
don't.
So what's the score of your Ravens Bills game?
I want to talk about it, Janessa. I just cannot picture it.
Okay, we'll start visualizing. We'll regroup maybe Sunday morning or Monday and discuss what happened.
I'll be on the road.
Oh yeah. Oh, are you're traveling home on Monday?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to Brooklyn Monday, head back from Buffalo. So I am gonna go to Buffalo tomorrow, actually. Long
Well,
as
I hope you're singing and smiling the whole way home.
yeah, yeah. I don't know, Janessa. I'm like really nervous, but just keep us in your prayers. We're bills by the billion, by a billion. So we got this. I'm not too
I'm
worried.
rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. Well, that's chicks no dicks. I like that idea of chicks no dicks, because it's a double entendre.
That's very true. Oh, I'm going back. So I'm sorry. You said the Kansas City and the Texan. I'm getting the Texans and Detroit Lions mixed up for whatever reason. I think they're going to play. Detroit Lions and Commanders is going to be that's going to be a back-to-back game. I got 21-28, to be honest with you.
All right. 21 Commanders, 28 Lions.
Yeah.
That's a tight game.
It's going to be a tight game.
Rams, Eagles. It's either going to be a blowout or neck to neck. It's so hard to know.
It's not going to be a blowout. Rams going to fight.
So I'm going to say the Rams get 24 and the Eagles get 21.
That's insulting, but okay. I got the Eagles 31-24.
All right. All right. Well, we're not going to do the Ravens Bills because we just aren't going to do it.
We have to let the numbers show for themselves and let the
We just have
players.
to let the football gods do what the football gods do. May everybody stay safe and nobody get hurt. That's really, at the end of the day, may it be an injury-free and low penalty game.
Fair.
All right, my friend. I'm going to stop the recording.
Sounds good.